Human beings have an inherent love of beauty. The art of making and wearing jewelry dates back to ancient civilizations. Terracotta jewellery is one of the oldest forms of jewellery in the world. Terracotta is the Italian word for cooked earth. In Bangalore, a stone's throw away from the international airport, there is a resort-like place where one can call the home of clay, Aakaar. There, you will be welcomed with the warmth and hospitality of Bindu Mathai, the mother of Aakaar. In 1990s, Bindu got a 4 months training in pottery and earned a certificate in ceramics from Regional Design and Technical Development Center, a central government institution that provides technical help to craftsmen in India. And in 1995, Bindu conceived and birthed Aakaar. Aakaar is a house of terracotta jewellery. It's Bindu's gallery and workstation where earthen designs take shape. A myriad of colors and a wide array of pendants, chokers, necklaces, bracelets, and anklets adorn the walls and brightly lit interiors of Aakaar. They are all Bindu's babies. While asked about the birth of Aakaar, Bindu became vocal.
After the 4 months of training, I went with an intention of making. I used to like the stoneware plates and dinnerware and things like that. So that was my intention when I went to learn this. So then I found myself good at making these miniature things, small figurines and things like that. Then this jewelry was not at all in our this thing, but for fun, our master, he was Ulaskar Day. He used to make some pendants in free time, just on a black thread we used to wear it and all that. That fascinated me and I started doing jewelry from that stage itself. We were taught even glazing on terracotta, which I didn't pay much attention to because I was totally engrossed in making jewelry from that time itself. And somehow I got a feeling that I should go ahead with it, and this is my forte and I should work on it. So immediately after finishing that course, I had a small pump house here. It was a small where my watchman was staying. So that place I immediately made it like my small studio. So I just put a slab to work. That's how I started. It was actually a very comfortable journey, I must say. Even though I was in the outskirts of Bangalore, I didn't have any intention of, maybe I didn't know anything about it. So my passion was just doing my jewelry, just sitting here, enjoying my work. Then it was my husband who thought of putting a banner outside the gate and just the name Aakaar and terracotta jewelry.
The versatility of clay to take any desired form or shape makes it a unique medium in jewelry making. The extremely refined clay is sculpted, rolled, and cut into shapes before being baked in an oven to harden it. For firing, a small kiln is used where the pieces of clay are baked in 850 centigrade to give them a dignified sheen.
This is the surface clay which generally the potters use. The normal clay which all the potters are using. The only thing, when I worked with jewelry in a very serious way, I started making it as fine as possible, as fine and as light as possible. because I filter the clay to a very fine sieve. So that is one way of making the clay very smooth and light. And when you work on that, it gives a better appearance to the pieces what you're doing. So the process of preparing the clay must be different from the normal potters. The tools are all very simple. Whatever my hands fall on, I use it as a tool. Even a needle, which is a broken needle, that gives you a different design. Or all the ball pen, nibs of certain thing. Whatever. Sometimes I get a broken toy that can be used as a design tool. So since the clay take any whatever you press onto the clay, you can take the design out of that tool. Whatever tool, as such there is no tools. We use a blade. That's from the taxo blade. We just shape it and take it. And there's a needle which we have made. That's the only two tools we need actually in jewelry making.
Bindu's collection features durable and creative handmade designs. She sculpts the clay into figurines such as abstract multicolored shapes and whimsical designs that reflect the Indian culture and heritage. They are painted, carved, embedded with stones or beads, or embossed with patterns.
For me, jewelry is about being myself, about making a statement without saying too much. I'm not much of a gold person. I like terracotta. I've been wearing terracotta for a very long time now, and since '96 I've been Bindu's disciple or devotee, you can call me. I've been picking up her stuff since '96. It's not about the cost so much as about the beauty of terracotta jewelry. It's addictive.
I was always fascinated by temple architecture and art forms and all the folk dances and all that. Since I have learnt all aspects of pottery making, I didn't want to restrict my passion for working with clay into just making some floral designs or geometrical designs.
I'm not just a wearer of terracotta jewelry, I'm a collector. As you can see, this beautiful piece that I have in my hand here with this lovely earrings, this neck piece, it's quite heavy but it's gorgeous, as you can see. This is a depiction of Teyyam, which is very common in Malabar, in the north part of Kerala. It's a folk art and it's a kind of dance accompanied by music, and it is a religious ceremonial performance. And the artist, this being the artist's face, wears something like this, headdress, something like this, and you have bigger headdresses which are worn by the artist. If I may say, the terracotta version of the real thing. And it's beautiful, as you can see, it's gorgeous. I have worn it many times. I love wearing something like this with a plain colored sari, and I love these colors, the colors that she uses. They're beautiful and they really don't fade. As you can see, it's gorgeous.
Terracotta fashion jewellery has a rustic and a very earthen appeal. It is in vogue as an accessory with the traditional as well as the contemporary casual wear. Bindu's collection cuts across all age group. There is something for everyone.
Bindhu Mathai is a very old friend of mine. I met her maybe some 32 years back. Bindu has got a very fantastic ideas about the jewellery. I think she observes a lot about the figures or the designs or the beads, whatever. The creative part of that jewellery, I admire that creative part. And moreover, it is very eco-friendly. And nowadays we are all focusing on that also. And we have the functions, many functions will be there, occasions to wear jewellery. So it is not practical to carry the gold or diamonds all the time, which is unsafe also. I have used all her jewellery in a fashion show, which I conducted, I organized. And she has sponsored that with her jewellery, and it was very well appreciated. So I really like this terracotta jewellery, because I think I told you, the creative part and the colors we can change, the designs we can choose, any design she can make, and the tradition also is there, the modernization also, everything is there. So it's really nice to have. And moreover, we are very safe and you look beautiful in that.
The Aakaar collection is painstakingly molded by 6 skilled artisans who have learned the craft of terracotta jewellery making from Bindu. These village women find immense pleasure in working with Aakaar, which Bindu calls as the magic of clay.
I was doing it all by myself, and my husband, he gave 2 of his workers from the factory, 2 women from the factory. I started thinking for them,
ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ வந்திருக்கிறது ஸ்டிங்கிங்க்கு ஆக்சுவலி பட் ஸ்டிங்கிங்கு செய்கிறேன் நான், கஸ்டமர் அட்டெண்ட் பண்ணுறேன், பார்சல் அனுப்புகிறேன், ஃபோன் அட்டெண்ட் பண்ணுறேன், இங்கே இருக்கவங்களையும் மேனேஜ் பண்ணுறேன், எல்லா வேலை செய்கிறேன் நான். பட் என்ஜாய் ஒர்க்கு. இப்போ ஸ்டார்டிங்கில் மேடம் எல்லாம் சொல்லிக் கொடுத்துருக்கேன். இப்போ எல்லாம் எதனா மிஸ்டேக் இருந்தால் மேடமே சொல்லிக் கொடுக்கும், அப்படி இல்லை இப்படி அன்னிட்டு. ஓகே, மேடம் ரொம்ப ஹெல்ப் பண்ணி சொல்லிக் கொடுக்கும்.
When you constantly work with them, and the other 2 women later went back to the factory, so I had to take somebody else from, and I started enjoying, taking help from others, and so I don't have to make so many pieces of beads. So then I think I had a knack of teaching them, and so initially it was whatever I have made, I showed them how to do it. Then later that was not enough.
ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಆಕಾರಲ್ಲಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ನನಗಿಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಪೇಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಏನೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಫಸ್ಟು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಬರುವಾಗ ತುಂಬಾ ಭಯ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿತ್ತು, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಪೇಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಪೇಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಪೇಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇವಾಗ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇವಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬೇಕೋ ಆ ಥರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಥರನೇ ಪೇಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
And I didn't have any exposure before doing this. So, all my beads and flowers, shapes, everything was taken from my own surroundings. Even the colors, even the shapes, everything. All that I used to tell them, and so that was one way of making them. And so they also, if I give one particular shape, I've told them how to change that shape into different forms.
ಅಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗೇ ವರ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ, ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟು. ಫುಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಡಮು. ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ವಂತ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಮೇಡಮ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಥರನೂ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಕಷ್ಟ ಸುಖ ವಿಚಾರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಥರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ತುಂಬ ದುಡ್ಡು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ತುಂಬ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಮೇಡಮ್.
So maybe by constantly working with them, and they have understood me, and and one thing, they were very patient, and they were not from any these kind of backgrounds. They were just housewives, so they wanted a job, and they enjoyed the surroundings and working with this clay. I think they also enjoyed it.
ಮೇಡಮ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡೋರು ನಮಗೆ. ನಾವು ಅವರಿಂದ ಹೆಲ್ಪಾಗಿ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ವಿ ಕೆಲಸ. ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡೋರು, ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ವಿ. ಒಂಥರ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇವಾಗ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಕೆಲಸ.
Yeah, it's not me actually, it's the clay what is making them happy. Actually, as I said, this is the magic of clay. Once you start working with clay, I don't know, something really happens. And another thing, you can take any form out of clay, and that's what they enjoy. And they have the freedom to work with their own design. So they come up with a lot of new designs on their own, and some of them are really, really nice. They do much better work than me now.
ಈಗ 3 ತಿಂಗಳಾಯ್ತು ಬಂದು ಪೇಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಂತ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪೇಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇವಾಗ ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಲರ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಅಂದರೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಲರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
Another thing, they all have become very independent. They have their earnings, so they all have bank balance now.
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் எனக்கு ரொம்ப பயம். இங்கே வந்துட்டு கொஞ்சம் பயம் எல்லாம் போயிடுச்சு. இங்கே வந்த மேலே எனக்கு ரொம்ப இம்ப்ரூவ் ஆயிடுச்சு. ஃபஸ்ட்டு எனக்கு எதனா எடுக்கணுமென்னா கூட பைசா பணக்கும் கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டம் இருந்துச்சு. இங்கே வந்து தைரியமாக நான் எது வேணுமென்னா எடுக்கிறேன், திருப்பி கொடுக்கறதுக்கு எனக்கு கையில் ஆகுது இங்கே வந்துட்டு.
Bindu has trained her